Reports reveal that the New York Yankees could be eyeing star Oakland Athletics reliever Mason Miller. We're going to cover all of this report and what exactly it means for the New York Yankees come trade deadline. But first, welcome to Yankees Digest. I am your host, Gabby Gordon, and if you are among the 95.5% not currently subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're doing, but you better hit that subscribe button right now so that you never miss a beat, because we got a lot to uncover and honestly, no time to waste. So let's get straight into the nitty-gritty of this guy. Who is Mason Miller? It's this guy, 25-year-old reliever for the Oakland Athletics. And obviously their season is not ideal, but his personal season has been nothing short of beautiful. A 2.27 ERA, and I mean, you're just looking at these numbers, like through 33 games, 70 strikeouts, and just 4.5 hits per 9, 20 hits allowed. It's like you can't ask for much better than that, especially out of a guy who's so young to this league. It's quite honestly a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Let's take a look at this quote from Mark Sanchez of the New York Post, and he pretty much puts it simple as to why this guy is truly an attractive trade deadline option for not just the Yankees, but plenty of teams, but certainly the Yankees, who are a bullpen need type of team. He struck out 70 batters in 39 and two-thirds dominant innings with Oakland so far, and no doubt that he's one of the prizes of this deadline. And his fastball, man, it is fast, 100.9 miles per hour, but that's not even his fastest. That's just what it averages, so that's even more beautiful. And then again, he isn't even arbitration eligible until before the 2027 season. So this guy has a lot of upside contract-wise and age-wise and ability-wise. If you don't know what arbitration is, it's basically where, if a guy believes he should be getting a higher contract, then he can argue for that. And you're arbitration eligible after a certain point, after you've been in the league for a certain amount of time. But look, he's only 25. He's very new to this league, and that's a beautiful, beautiful statistic right there. If you're Brian Cashman, you got to be opening your eyes saying, hey, this is something we might need to pounce on here. Take a look at this. He's been one of the best relievers in baseball this year. This is what the statistics look like just in a line form. He's 1-1, 2.27 ERA, 15 saves, 70 strikeouts, and a .86 whip, and he's fresh off the All-Star selection, his first of his career. So obviously you can really only go up from there. That's really how it's supposed to work. Of course, it's not always the case, but really promising things. And with a team like the Yankees, who have championship aspirations, you can get a reliable reliever in Miller, who can come in and help the bullpen that has been struggling for quite some time now with the New York Yankees. It really is the difference between winning and losing games, and it's really interesting to kind of see that this guy has kind of made a name for himself, and especially during the All-Star game, because this was something else here. All right, he set an All-Star game record with a 103.6 heater that he unleashed while facing Trey Turner. And the batters he faced, I mean, it's the All-Star game. You're facing the best in the league. 25-year-old, his first All-Star game appearance, and he set the record, made history. Now, the pitch missed low was one of 8 triple-digit fastballs that he threw during a perfect 12-pitch inning. And not to mention the fact that he struck out Shohei and Trey, two of some of the greatest hitters in the league. Shohei, arguably, top 3. I might be a little bit biased, but I think Judge is number 1. But then Shohei is right up there as well. So when you can see a guy who's able to do this and make it look really, really simple to do so, hey, you might have a young stud on your hands. And so it's really, really, really imperative that the Yankees go after this. And look, the Yankees themselves faced off against Miller back in April, I believe, and they got a nice look at those pitches that we were just speaking about. Soto, Judge, Volpe, each faced him, not this week, of course, this article is from a couple months ago, but faced him twice in the Oakland Athletics series, and out of those 3, only Volpe was able to touch Miller, got a relatively hard-hit single. Soto struck out twice. Judge didn't do anything. 5 of the pitches were on fastballs, clocked at over 100. The other was an 87-mile-per-hour slider. Right? He's got the secondary pitch that he gets 50% of his whiffs on, even though it's only been thrown 76 times so far. So this guy is when you're looking at this is another aspect to the New York Yankees bullpen that we haven't seen that's been struggling, is the swings and misses and the consistency and the ability to get guys out. It sounds very, very simple, but the Yankees can't really get many guys out right now, or, of course, haven't been able to get many guys out pre-All-Star break, and, of course, we'll see when they pick back up in just a bit. But when you have a guy who's got the pitch that he has, in the sense of he's throwing triple digits and not even the best can really catch up to him, and then you've got whiffs on his slider, you've got an off speed that works, and he's not arbitration eligible till after 2027. I mean, if we're Brian Cashman here, what are we waiting for? Truly, 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 what are we waiting for? Again, I will show you the statistics. This guy is very talented. 2.27 ERA. 15 saves. This is something very, very, very huge that the Yankees could seriously make happen. And need to make happen, quite honestly. I mean, it really has to be the case here. Not to mention, again, his age. I know I've said it time and time again, and I know I sound like a broken record, but age is everything. You've seen the problem here with the Yankees for quite some time now, is that sometimes you're coming across these washed-up guys. And I don't want to name names, but you know exactly who I'm talking about. You know the exact players that you think are washed, and I'm not going to name specifics because it's just not my place to do so. But we could go on and on and on, and that's obviously a problem. If you can go on for days about Yankees who are washed and shouldn't be in the starting lineup anymore or shouldn't be in the bullpen anymore, you have a problem, and you need it to change. And I think that's the exact position where the Yankees are at. So I think Mason Miller could seriously revamp this bullpen in more ways than one. He's going to get the swing and miss factor. He's going to get that hard velocity factor. So you add that with spin, it's like he's pretty hard to touch. The Yankees couldn't touch him back in April. Right now, different circumstances. Could Judge mash against him now? Probably he could. Back in April, he was having a little bit of a struggle at the beginning of the season, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter if Judge can mash against him if he's a Yankee, because they'll never face off against each other. So, the point is we're nearing July 30th. We're nearing that deadline, and there needs to be moves made. And aside from an offensive power, an offensive bat, we've looked at Bellinger, we've looked at other names as well. It's like, where else do you go? It has to be the bullpen. Has to be the bullpen. You can look at some second base help, maybe some outfield help. I don't know what you do with Verdugo at this point, but you have to stack your bullpen. I know there's guys from injury that will be coming back soon. I know Luke Weaver has been really spectacular for the Yankees, really the only bright spot of this bullpen. Clay Holmes is just in a really confusing spot in his career, and there's just a lot to question regarding what that depth chart's going to look like post-All-Star break. So, Mason Miller, get it done. I absolutely support this deal. Let me know in the comments if you support this deal, because this could be make or break. Again, like I said, this could be the difference between winning it all and falling short, like the Yankees have done for the last decade. So let me know in the comments what you think on this young stud. Do you think he's just having a little bit of a fluke type of year, or do you think this is going to be his new normal and his new consistency? Let me know. I would love to hear your point of view. With that being said, that is going to wrap up this episode of Yankees Digest. I've been your host, Gabby Gordon. Just a reminder, before you head out, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We cover everything regarding the New York Yankees, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between, and you don't want to miss a single minute of it. Thanks so much for tuning in. This has been Yankees Digest. I'll catch you in the next one.